colleagues, Wambale Ernest is my name, DEO Kasese. It makes pride of me to be associated with the Embrace today, this afternoon. I want to appreciate each one of you for coming and for making this meeting. It's a great privilege that we are here to discuss critical issues of government and that concern the lives of the people. I, for one, I want to extend special thanks to Kihembo. I knew Kihembo much earlier when he was still a baby and a small boy. I didn't actually have just to look at his face, but I learned of him from that toddler stage, and I'm happy to meet him today as a big boy. Like the word is going Embrace International, and I'm happy that to hear that he's the one, he's the mind behind. If I did hear well, he's the brain behind that mind. I want us to reflect in the Bible. I want to believe that God has every purpose for making each one of us. And when you read the Bible, in Psalms 127, verse 3 and onwards, those who are Christians, says, children are a gift from God. Children or a child is a gift from God. And for this case, it doesn't matter how this child looks like, but this is a gift from. I just imagine those people who go for weddings, they bring you sealed gifts, well wrapped. It's only these days when they say, you open them. But during those times, during our time, you don't only take and then store in your bedroom. Then late in the evening with your wife, you begin unsealing each one. It means this gift from God, you conceive as a woman, and you carry a child in your womb for 9 months. Live alone today with the technology where they go scan and then tell you this will be a baby boy, a baby girl. But previously, you'd carry the womb for 9 months without knowing what you are carrying in the womb. I imagine this is the way how we receive these gifts. Now when they unseal, when you open this gift, what do you find? You find a gift from God of a baby. And in whichever form this child appears, you appreciate the Lord. But what is most critical here is, and a special appreciation to Kihembo. And the name Kihembo means gift. Kihembo means gift. So Kihembo was a gift from God. And God works through people. You cannot believe, up to now, I'm sure, many others may not believe it, that Kihembo is such a wonderful man. The last time I interacted with the mother, we were sharing on a situation where Kihembo was supposed to go abroad. And she had come to consult me. DEO, what do I do? Kihembo has had chance to travel abroad. Should I accept? Should I not accept? I said, what's your challenge? I said, how do I send Kihembo abroad? How will he go? With whom will he go with? Should I go with him? She was in a puzzle. And I told her one thing. Kihembo was given to us by God. And it's God who has given him chance to go abroad. Give him chance. Let him go. His God will protect him and bring him back to Uganda. You've heard, like the brother was explaining, they said he's a representative of in the UN. Was it saying UN what? Representative of the youth in that fora, big fora, international fora. And I don't know how many times he has traveled now. He's now an international man. Gift from, if I can ask myself, even when I'm a DEO, I've never entered a plane. I've not had just to enter, not even touching it. Not even touching it. I'm still longing to make sure I also touch at least. I think I should go to Entebbe and also touch the plane so that I'm satisfied. Kihembo is now a daily goer in the plane. What does this mean, therefore? It implies that when God gives a gift, it's upon you, the parent, to make use of this, attach value to this gift. Do not mind what gift you have been given, but attach value and utilize it. When you read Proverbs 22, verse 6, it says, train up a child in the way you want this child to be. And this child, even when he grows up, will remain on that track and will never do away with it. It means when you identify you have a child, disabled or not disabled, it's you to put this child to proper use. Train up this child. I want to appreciate the parents of Kihembo. They trained him up. He's an ICT consultant. And the mother tells me, see, I'm a close friend to the mother. We taught together. She was my head teacher when I was still a teacher. She tells me, Kihembo is a consultant, even at home. They've actually did not have an office. So every time people came to consult him, they would consult him in his bedroom. But when they sat down with the family, they thought they should put up an office for him. And he has an office now in the father's compound. So that when people come, they find him there. They wait for him in that office. Then he comes to meet them. Any technical issue with ICT, he has the solution. And most of his time he's on net, working on net. What do I want to communicate therefore? Make value of the child you have with you. We are all not the same. We are created differently. You like it or not. Even if this one resembles the other one, but you are not the same. We are very unique. You are unique in your own making, and therefore, God has a purpose for creating you the way you look. Friends, I want to emphasize one thing, that the government of Uganda, like somebody was asking, what has government done? All this you see happening is because of good governance in this country. Government has all the good programs, good policies. The policies of government are so good that they embrace. I like it, I don't know if it's a slogan or what. They say, leave no child, no learner behind. The policy of Uganda says education for all. Girl, boy, disabled, or whatever the case. Education for all. I want to appreciate you people for coming to help government to enforce, to implement, and reach those people who have not been reached. You may not be speaking about this for the first time. As government, we have a whole structure in the Ministry of Education and Sports, with a commissioner in charge of special needs, with a resident officer at the district in charge of special needs education. And that's why we have Rugarama Joe in Kasese. I've had some other person from SNE officers at the districts. Do we have them apart from Rugarama? Yes, may I see them by show of arms? Yes. You said you are a senior. You are not yet a senior. So these are people put in place by structure, and they are on payroll, specifically for these children. Government has established these centers, the SNE centers, but all the same, it is inclusive education. All children come to school. Leave no learner behind. They come to school, they learn in an inclusive setting. And the only challenge is the language, special learning. I mean that communicating to them, especially those who can't hear, those who can't speak. How do you communicate with these people? The only challenge. But otherwise, it's inclusive education. Every child must come to school. So in other words, I'm saying you are helping government to enforce, to implement its policies. Besides that, special teachers have been trained, only that they are still very few. We have been training teachers, special needs teachers, and indeed, I'm happy that many of them are in place. As for Kasese, realizing that we have a bigger number of such children, we have now, that's when we, like you talked of Sadi Memorial, we established a special school in secondary section. It was an initiative of Kasese district. And we have had children who have actually registered success, and we have had children going through these primary schools to that secondary school, and then finally, some of them are in universities as I speak now. We have had graduates, children with the special learning needs, but now graduates. Government has special consideration. When they do A-level, they are invited for special selection, and they are given government sponsorship at universities. As I speak now, last year we had one who joined Makerere University. He's in a wheelchair, but he's doing education. He wants to come back and begin teaching. One is in Gulu University, from Sadi Memorial Secondary School. The one of last year finished from Bright Academy Secondary School. So what am I saying? Government has everything in place to make sure these children go to school. Besides that, the very peaceful political environment is one way of ensuring that these children are attended to. These people walk to Uganda and walk out of Uganda like it is their kitchen, without any encumbrances, without any question, because of political stability. I'm sure even when they are seated here, they are not scared. Nothing can. So all that helps us to embrace and assure that education thrives and continues in Kasese, Uganda. What next steps? I want us to do this. One is to ensure that all the SNE children enroll in school. I want to appeal to you whoever is here, go out and search for these children. Wherever they are, they should be enrolled in. Let's first identify them wherever they are. Indeed, there are some who are hidden up there by their parents. So I want to appeal to you people to go to the world and search for these people. Wherever they are, bring them to school first. After we have identified them, we have enrolled them in school, then we shall go ahead to provide the other facilities. 2, I want us to speak about it. Speak about this thing. Speak about special learning needs. Speak about disability. You don't need to have an forum. Whether church, whether you meet 2 or 3 people, speak to them. Tell them about SNE. So that everyone can hear this message. And I'm sure when they hear this message, they should appreciate that these are also blessings from God. Following that, let's have role models. I'm sure if many people interacted with the Kihembo and others, like these ones who are presenting here, everyone should be able to appreciate, hey, what about if Kihembo can do it? What about mine? Then they will come out and bring us the children so that we can support these children. Then early detection is another issue. Early detection of the disability. When you identify this disability early enough, it will not do much harm like it could have done. And you'll be able to help and support this child in time. So I want us to speak to the parents so that we help them to be able to identify if a child has any disability at birth, right away from birth. I'll give you a story about my own son, who is now a medical doctor, but all along at home, we used to quarrel with him. Every time we would be watching, he would want to sit near the screen. And you go back, go and sit behind there. Shortly, he would come back near the screen. We didn't know he had a disability. So when he went to secondary school, when he was in senior 2, they called me, your child is in a blackout. He can't see anymore. He was in Kampala, Uganda Matters, Namgongo. Said, what has happened? He said, no, he can't see anymore. Please come and pick him. So when I rushed to Kampala from Kasese, I picked the boy from Uganda Matters, Namgongo, brought him to town, connected with the doctors, specialists. When they checked the eyes, they had a problem with the sight, which had started much earlier. I only recalled, oh, that's why this boy would every time want to keep near the screen. Kumbi could not see well.